Just a quick heads up, this mini episode uses an AI-generated voice modeled after Pablo. The following clips are a curated compilation from past conversations, edited for clarity and flow. Same ideas, same insights, just a different format. Let's get into it. We've been lied to. Most of us in property management have been conditioned to think that ROI is something you can see on a dashboard. We think, if I buy this AI tool, I want to see it grinding. I want to see the pings, the replies, the action. But that's a trap. That's the efficiency trap. If you're still the one watching the tool, you haven't actually won anything. You've just traded one set of chores for another. The real ROI, the stuff that actually changes your business, it's what you don't see. It's the silence. It's the absence of the 2 a.m. fire drill and the 50 spam calls that didn't hit your desk today. Today, we're talking about the invisible ROI and why silence in your office is actually the loudest indicator of success. Here's Tyler Nelson on the 60% of your day that is currently just noise. Welcome to the Property Management Frame Breakers podcast. I'm your host, Pablo Gonzalez, and I am here to introduce you to the folks in the property management space that have broken the frame of what you may believe was possible. This podcast is presented by Vendoroo. It is your all-in-one AI solution for resolving your maintenance needs. Let's go. Think about your team right now. They're running 1,000 miles an hour, right? But what are they actually doing? Most PMs think the answer is to work faster. Tyler's point is that you're actually wasting more than half your day playing a game of telephone tag that an AI should be winning for you. Listen to how he breaks down the sheer volume of that invisible workload.
60% of all the messages that we send from Vendoroo, and we send thousands a month, are just follow-ups. So when I look at it from basically anybody's perspective, it's how many times are vendors playing telephone tag with a tenant? How many times is a tenant playing telephone tag with a PM or another employee? And so as you build in like this cadence and this way of like not forgetting a text message or not forgetting like an email, it takes off that 60% of the workload. So it's as simple as like, yep, I got this. We've already talked to the tenant, gotten their schedule. We talked to your maintenance guy, get their schedule. We match them up for you. So they don't have to go back and forth. So there's still definitely a value there of they can spend time doing what they do best, which is fixing the problems at hand, not dialing the tenant saying, hey, are you free on a Friday?
That's the goal, right? Your maintenance guy's fixing things, not dialing numbers, but it goes deeper. The architect builds a system that operates while they're focused on the next big thing. It's about creating action items in the background so the handoff between a call and a task list happens automatically. Tyler explains how he uses this internally to buy back his own capacity by letting the agents handle the admin.
The cool piece about agentic AI, and a tip that I got when I was starting with these early on, is never let your agent rest. Like, the agent is valuable when your agent is working on behalf of you and you don't have to watch it. Similarly to Vendoroo, our goal is to get you to 90 to 95% of your work orders being fully automated by setting up your policies right, your maintenance notes right, your having your property set up right within your property management systems. And when all that is done correctly and is done with great detail, our AI can actually hit that like 90, 95% mark. And so you all and all of your teams can do what they do best, which is that human component, building relationships. So the power of this is that it really is unseen. Like, all of these action items for me from call recordings are happening in the background while I'm jumping to the next call or like doing another task. And I just get to go in and say, hey, what do I actually have to do in this moment?
Imagine that. You walk into your office and instead of a pile of messages, you have a curated list of what you actually have to do. That is the architect lifestyle. One of our clients was drowning in 50 spam calls a week. When they put the AI in front of that, the noise vanished. The AI becomes the gatekeeper. So the only time you get brought in is when your specific human brain is required. Here's how Tyler defines that boundary.
Receptionist was first built as a maintenance coordinator support. Inadvertently, this happens to screen out a lot of spam calls too. So we had one client go from about 50 spam calls a week that was distracting their team, and it weeded out all of those, which was cool to see too. We had one client go from about 50 spam calls a week that was distracting their team, and it weeded out all of those, which was cool to see too. and it weeded out all of those, which was cool to see too. People need to sleep, but your receptionist is always available to answer questions for tenants, create work orders, and just be there to support your team and take in messages so you don't miss any important calls. Our goal as well at Vendoroo is the only time that you get brought in is when your AI raises its hand and says, hey, this is either a policy you have in place where I need manager approval, or if it's something new or different. So the goal is that it's really only bringing you in when you need to be brought in.
Stop measuring your business by how busy you are. If your team is busy playing telephone tag, you aren't growing, you're just treading water. If you want to scale, you need capacity. And you don't get capacity by buying a faster tool. You get it by building an architecture that creates silence. Look at your dashboard today. If it's quiet, you're winning. Because the real ROI is buying your life back. We'll see you in the 95% Club.